Mark Houck, a pro-life activist who was acquitted of charges that he violated the FACE Act, has said he will sue the FBI for what several have described as an act of terror. Now that Houck has been acquitted, he's been able to share more details about what happened at his home that early September morning last year. Houck has explained that his 7 children were terrorized by the scene. They had to watch their father be handcuffed, put in a police car, and violently arrested. Houck has also stated that he believes this would not have happened to him and his family if the Trump administration was still in office. Pro-life activist Mark Houck joins me now. Mark, hello, and congratulations on the recent verdict from the jury. We at EWTN have been praying for you, and we're really glad to welcome you onto the show today. Talk to me about why you've decided to sue the FBI.
Well, thanks, Prudence, for the time, and all glory be to God for the victory. And well, the reason that we're going to pursue justice in this way is because the government and the Department of Justice, FBI, need to be held accountable, and they need to know that they cannot discriminate based upon viewpoint. And that's really what was the issue here, is that because I was a pro-lifer, because it is post Roe v. Wade, all that, that they came after me in an overly aggressive way. We agreed that we would come into the city of Philadelphia to present ourselves should we be indicted, and there was no need to put my children in danger. There was no need to intimidate, humiliate, and scare, potentially harm my children, and terrorize my family.
Sure. And Mark, I want to focus on what you said to those agents that morning before they arrested you. You said, "I know why you're here. You're here because I rescue babies." Mark, why have you chosen these abortion mills as your battlefield?
Well, it's the primary battlefield of the day, if we can use that terminology. It's a fight that is the most important, and we engage in that battle in a spiritual way. It's a spiritual fight, and we know that there's powers and principalities involved in the evil of abortion, and so we take our weapon, our rosary, our prayers, and our fasting, and our charisms to help women and men in a difficult situation. And so all life and everything begins with in the womb. So if we don't get that right, we're all in danger. And so we have to begin there as the primordial battle of the day.
Yeah. And Mark, I'm sure it's not easy to think back on this, but would you share with me and our viewers how those FBI agents treated you after the arrest, once they had taken you into custody?
Sure, happy to do it. The journey was a difficult one, but we rejoiced in the trial and the persecution. So I was taken to the federal building in Philadelphia, about 100 yards away from Independence Hall, where our rights were established. And so when I got to the federal building, I was shackled in my belly, shackled in my feet, and chained to a table for 6+ hours. I don't know if that's normal standard procedure or not. Doesn't seem to be, but nonetheless, we will be learning more about that over the coming months. And then I was transferred to the U.S. Marshals in the same fashion, shackled. When they were at my house, they didn't allow me to put any clothes on. They didn't allow me to get socks on. They didn't allow me to say goodbye to my wife and my children. It was done in a way to humiliate, as I said, intimidate, and instill fear, and especially in fear in pro-life America.
So shocking what you went through. Thank you for sharing it with us. And Mark, I know you were here in D.C. this week and attended President Biden's State of the Union speech. What were your thoughts on it? And do you have plans to return to our nation's capital and keep working with members of Congress to share your story?
Sure. So we met many last night, and there's many people who apologized. Many of the congressmen and women that I met apologized. That meant a lot. We will be interviewing with the Judiciary Committee that is in charge of the oversight for the weaponization of the FBI and the overreach of the government on February 22nd. So I will be in the process of interviewing so that we can move towards testimony before a larger committee that would consist of both Democrats and Republicans asking questions. And so we're hopeful that will happen, that we'll get that opportunity to shed light, to really share the information that needs to be heard. And God willing, with a good civil rights attorney, we can move towards the process of exposing this injustice.
Well, Mark, we're so grateful for your powerful and courageous witness. Thanks so much for joining us, and God bless you. Mark Houck, pro-life activist.
God bless you. Thank you.